Craftsmen, World of DIY Broadcast Network presents the Down and Dirty Radio Show with Frank Fontana.
From the Kenmore Craftsmen brand life experience in downtown Chicago. You know what time it is. It's time for the Down and Dirty with Frank Fontana.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Down and Dirty, the show that puts the improv in home improvement. Talking about all sorts of fun design stuff, construction, rehab, renovation. Oh, God, we just covered all.
Yeah.
Don't we?
Everything.
Yeah.
Home fitness.
Home fitness, too. That's a whole nother angle. The DIY Fit Initiative.
Yeah.
We talk daddy design. We talk it all. Got a new project going on here at the studio, by the way.
Yeah.
You seen the wall being built in the back, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
You're a little curious, aren't you?
I see microphones, guitars. What's going on over there?
Yeah, we're doing this whole music-inspired kids' room for my new book coming up, Daddy Designer. And we're shooting it here at the Craftsmen Studios. It's pretty exciting because the walls are coming up, and we're making this kind of studio environment that looks like a home, which we're blessed to have this amazing facility to do it in.
It's a great facility.
Yeah.
It's a lot going on here.
A lot's going on. We got a good show today. We have Robert Nickell from DaddyScrubs. Now, this guy is kind of in tune with our whole Daddy Designer initiative here. Which, by the way, if you're a dad, grandpa, or man who has a child in their life and they call you dad, you qualify for this. Go over to our Craftsman Facebook page and post some of the photos you have of your recent builds and projects you've done, maybe a headboard, a toy chest, some creative artwork using some tools. We want to see it. Go ahead and post it on our Facebook page, or you can email it to us at downanddirtyradio@gmail.com. So DaddyScrubs guy... He has a whole line of daddy gear for the newbie dad. You know, like bags and fun, gift items and stuff like that.
But scrubs, like you could buy like actual like hospital
medical scrubs?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Because I think that'd be good for a new dad because you get puked on all the time, right? Doesn't that happen?
True. I'm a new dad, and I could say that I've been definitely peed on, puked on, almost pooped on.
No, but scrubs, what happened? That sounds like an R. Kelly video. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yep. This is the part of the show we cover sports, movies, music, dating, man stuff. And daddy stuff today. Joining us on the phone is Robert Nickell, founder of DaddyScrubs. You can go to daddyscrubs.com. Robert, how are you?
I'm doing great today.
Good.
Sounds like you guys have a little problem going on, but otherwise it sounds good.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, thankfully, it's one window away from where we're broadcasting right now. So right now, it hasn't affected us, but at any moment, Robert, we could potentially blow up. So. All
right, I'll take over the show if you guys go.
Please do. Keep going, buddy. So tell us about DaddyScrubs.
DaddyScrubs. Do you guys have kids?
I do. Alex is working on it.
Okay, all right. Alex is working on it. Good. So he'll be ready, and you'll know what I'm talking about. When you go in the labor and delivery room right now as the dad, and in today's world, you are expected 100%. It's not a question of if you're going to be there. You are going to be there. Dad's going to be part of the whole deal.
And that's a great point, Robert. Actually, because not to interrupt you, back in the day when I was born. My dad was playing cards with my grandfather, my uncle, and everyone else. They weren't in the delivery room. They weren't even near it. So,
yeah. Or they're sitting out there in the waiting room just listening to everybody scream and going, "Oh my Jesus, what am I going to do?"
Yeah, no. My grandpa was with my dad, and they were drinking and playing cards. So I think culturally it varies, but yes, the trend these days, and I know my wife wouldn't deliver without me in the room. So I agree with you 100%. So based on that, keep going.
Okay, yeah. So based on that, I'm an older dad, and I had 4 kids back in my 20s. And when I went in my 20s, you just go in your street clothes, and you've got your jeans on, your tennis shoes, your flip flops, your shorts, or your business suits. I mean, just depending on what time of the day it is that you show up at the hospital, and they want you to be involved and be part of the process, but you kind of feel off to the side because everybody's wearing lab coats or hospital gowns or medical scrubs, and they're all busy. Everybody looks like they're busy doing something.
Right.
And, they look over at you, and they're like, are you the photographer, the uncle, the dad? Who are you, dude? What are you doing over there? So
I'm the shift supervisor.
When I had my kids again, I got married in 2007 and was going to have a kid in 2009. My wife's picking out her custom hospital gown. I'm like, okay, what am I going to wear? I am not going to go in there in my street clothes again. So I was going to get some medical scrubs. And then I thought, well, that's even worse. They're going to think I'm a doctor. And I'd rather be the photographer.
Yeah, but don't
the
they provide you with the scrubs? I mean, I know that when we walked in, they just handed me some scrubs out of a bag and said, here you go.
Yeah, and that's $10,000 added to your bill.
Yeah, that's right. That's why it racked up so high.
Yeah, they used to give away scrubs. They did for a while there. There was a decade where they were giving out the scrubs.
Oh, they weren't giving them to us. We had to give them back.
Home and loving them. Right.
Yeah.
Nowadays, they just give you a paper zip-up suit that you can,
exactly.
throw on during
like
the
Ghostbusters
10
style.
minutes and take it off.
Yeah.
Like what?
Ghostbusters style.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
So
except it's made of paper.
Yeah, exactly. So you, based on this notion that you wanted to be as cool as your wife, basically, is what it came down to.
You must know me pretty well because I'm always trying to be as cool as her. And
right. And I know she's listening, so I gave you that little extra plug right there.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. So I took the medical scrubs and I put Daddy on the front. And I'm the Daddy on the back. I didn't tell anybody about it. I jumped into the bathroom and I put on my scrubs and I came out like Superman coming out of the telephone booth. And I'm like, okay, I'm ready. I'm here. I'm ready. And then everybody looked at me and then they read it. And it was just like this moment. The nurses and the doctors are like high-fiving me. And I did. I got the center of attention for a small
wait. So
window.
You stole your baby's thunder before he even came out.
No, not the baby thunder because the baby wasn't out yet. So I got 15 seconds before the baby came out.
Good timing. You put your 15 seconds before the baby came out. I'm sure your wife appreciated that. That's funny, man. I like that thinking.
Everybody was happy and smiling. It was great.
Now, what did you do? You were a pharmacist before this?
Oh, I am still a pharmacist.
Okay.
My wife's a pharmacist as well. And I'm a serial entrepreneur, so I'm always having different businesses and companies, and I like the online retail space, and the daddy market I felt wasn't really as intensive as it could be, and we have found that. I mean, and basically what I've done is just things that I like. Like I have a diaper bag that I custom designed for myself because I don't want to carry around the ones that my wife has.
Right.
And and people just love them, and we have them on our website, and they sell like crazy. But it's a backpack, and it has just extra clips and holders and pockets that work for a dad who's carrying around a baby.
And you know what? You're right. It is a huge trend. That's why I'm not sure if you know this. I'm launching my next book. It's called Daddy Designer, which is going to give. It's basically.
Oh, great! I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a guide for new parents, dads who want to get their hands dirty, build some memorable projects for their kids, and teach dads how to kind of navigate that first couple years of parenting, because it is a really tricky thing. So it's part makeover, part antidotes, and it's a good book, and it's right in line with what you got. So we got to talk about some of this stuff, Robert. Because I think
we'll sell your book on our website. We have some
excellent
really good daddy educational books and a whole daddy bookstore. So
cool.
We're on it. As soon as you're ready, we're on it.
Yes, sir. We're shooting all the stuff right now. But some of the products you guys have are like dad baby shower packages and stuff like that, right? Like bachelor parties. Tell me about those things.
Right. Yeah, we're calling it a bachelor party. And it's nice. The basic concept is you either have a new dad or it could be an existing dad. Because once you have that baby, you're probably going to have your bachelor party about 3 or 4 weeks before the due date. And then after the baby comes, you've got 3 months where you're just out of the loop and hardly come up for air with the new baby. So you got a 4-month block of span there where you're not going to see your guy friends, or you're not going to be going out to games, or your life's going to change. For
and you have 7 kids, Robert. You have 7 kids.
I do. I have 7 kids, and now the baby's 5 months old, and I was just telling my wife, stay away.
Oh, my God,
what are we doing here?
You got like super sperm or something. That's amazing. 7 kids.
Yeah, and they're all great. I love all of them. They're all different. It's really unusual. I mean, every single one is different. It's like, how many kids can you keep having, and they're all different? So it's amazing.
Well, how do you deal with them? What's your secret?
The secret, I give them my undivided attention when I'm with them.
Well, you have a list of
whenever I'm with them, I make sure that they get my attention.
And there's a list of 4 C's that you have here in the notes. It's consistency, communication, control, and creativity. Is that the 4 C's to success right there?
I think so. I definitely, consistency is number 1, without a doubt. I actually did an interview with my dad where they interviewed my dad, who's 83, in one room, and they interviewed me in another room. And when they're interviewing my dad's like, I just wish I would have spent more time with my son, and I don't think I spent enough time with him. I wish I would have given him more of my attention. And they interviewed me, and I'm like, wow, my dad was always there for me all the time, consistently.
Yeah, I mean,
and the difference was that when he was there with me, even though he was in the old school, he had to work from 8 in the morning till from 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
But if he had 2 hours for me on a Sunday to go to the park, I felt like he was there for me the entire time, because when he was with me, I had undivided attention.
That's awesome, and I try to do that with my son too. And I only have one, so I have no room to talk to me. 7, you got to be spinning. That's amazing. So we have a little speed round here we like to do. Just a couple questions that we want some answers to is, what do you really need in a daddy diaper bag versus mama's bag? Because I have this debate with my wife. She's always like, make sure you take the diaper bag if you're going to take the baby. I'm like, no, it's cool. I'll just throw a diaper in my pocket and, a bottle, and we're good. And
all right,
so,
I hear you.
You know what I mean?
What do I do? Okay, this is what I take. If I'm going out for the day, I grab the diaper bag, and I never have it pre-packed either, because I want to make sure that whatever I have in there is what I need. I know it's in there. I'll grab 2 diapers. I'll grab a thing of wipes. Maybe I'll get a disposable changing pad. I'll grab some snacks. I'll grab a bottle if the baby's on the bottle. Otherwise, I'll get a water bottle so they got some water. I might throw a toy in there and a clean shirt.
See that? That's simple.
And that's enough to get me through the day.
That is really the way to streamline it and bring it down to earth, because, you don't need 12 different snacks. I mean, my wife will literally pack 12 different snacks just in case my son... I think that creates more options.
Right, I agree. They're like, well, maybe he doesn't want goldfish today. And I think, well, you know what? He's going to have goldfish, or he's not hungry.
Boom, there you go. Make the call.
Right.
Giving kids too many options is not a good thing sometimes. No. All right, so second question here. What's the manly way to calm down a crying baby?
Well, okay. The manly way, because we're using the term manly, would be you gotta hold them with confidence.
Yeah.
And that you have to have already held the baby, so the baby knows that you're holding them with confidence.
Right. And
then you need to just have this very controlled feeling.
Calm.
Like I have, it's like when I take the baby, I can take the baby from somebody else, and the baby's crying, and the person's like all stressed out and anxiety, and sweat's dripping off their foreheads, and they're like, I don't know, I tried everything, I don't know what to do. But I can take that baby, and because I spend time with my baby, but that confident hold, that confident, pat on the butt or wherever, just a little tapping thing, and then your voice.
Yes.
So that's really the manly way. Is it's they get you. We have a low voice, we have a deeper voice, we have a breathier voice if you want when it's quiet. Well, and I think that's the manly way. The manly way is your nice man voice with a confident hold.
Confidence, I think, is it, and the calmness works for me. Like when my wife's frazzled and he just won't pay attention, if I grab him and just hold him and he feels my heat, feels my energy, feels my calmness, all of a sudden he's just like, yeah, cool, He's like, oh, right, Daddy's here. It's all good. And I feel bad because my wife feels bad.
And sometimes it is. They need to feed or something like that.
Yeah.
They're going to cry for different reasons. But,
right.
You got to assess those things too. But you're right. You can take them, and it's a different situation because like, okay, all right, the guy's got me, dad's got me. Okay, good.
Perfect. Rob, this is interesting. I'm really into it, and it totally in line with our projects and builds we're doing here at the studio for Daddy Designer. Folks, go visit daddyscrubs.com. Robert's got a wide array of fun stuff. There's a toolkit there for new dads and all that stuff. It's a lot of interesting things. Some quirky, some necessities, I would say.
Absolutely. It's all fun.
Good stuff, man. You got a Facebook or Twitter page?
We do have Facebook, Daddy Scrubs on Facebook, and hashtag Daddy Scrubs on Twitter.
Beautiful. Robert, I'll be personally in touch with you to talk about the book when it's ready.
We're ready. We want to do it.
All right, buddy. Have a good day.
All right. Thanks. I really appreciate it. Take care.
You got it. All right. It's time for Do-It-Yourself Disasters.
DIY Disasters.
All right, folks. Well, that's our show for today. Want to thank our special and Robert Nickell from Daddy Scrubs. Nice guy, cool concept. Don't forget the Daddy Designer book coming out soon. We're doing the show here. We're building the studio as we speak. We're going to be shooting photos right out of the Craftsmen studios. It's going to be lots of fun. And remember, you can watch the show and hear it every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Central Time right here on blogtalkradio.com/DIY. Or you can catch the live TV feed on livestream.com/DD Radio. Get the podcast on iTunes.
Yep.
Go to YouTube, watch the videos.
Yep.
Go to Alex's site, which is
alexkendick.com.
or mine, frankfontana.net, to find out all the latest and greatest of what we're up to and catch our WGN show that's coming back June 1st. And that's not Daddy, that's the Design Dude.
Yeah.
Good Lord, the Design Dude is back. So many things going on.
Yeah.
Anyway, folks, have a great weekend. See ya.
Been a presentation of the Craftsman World of DIY Broadcast Network.